and now you just over-jump it. Welcome back, everyone. After 5 years of doing retrospectives, I wanted to revisit where it all started, Thief Gold. This time around, I wanted to not only play it on expert difficulty, but also add a small challenge to the game. Nothing like being blindfolded or using a DDR mat, but something simple, like a version of hardcore, no saving at all. If I die, I must restart from the beginning of that mission. This made some missions more frustrating than I thought. But I definitely played a lot more carefully and learned to be a lot more patient. Normally when I come across something that looks dangerous or even a small risk of taking damage, I would just quick save and then jump straight into danger and hope it works out. If it didn't work out like I wanted, then I'd just reload and try again. It gets rid of that feeling of danger since the consequences are only a few seconds were wasted. Now if I die, we are talking about 30 minutes or even a whole hour got wasted. The further I got into a mission, the more paranoid I got, which led me to peeking around every corner, listening carefully to every sound. I would listen to any sound of a guard and estimate how far away and in what direction a guard is coming from. If I got caught, I made sure I had an escape plan or hoped my bunny hopping skills got me far enough away to hide. In the end, every mission I would plan out how I'm going to knock out every guard on the map to eliminate the need for sneaking. The missions that caused me the most problems are the platforming ones like Bone Horde. You probably remember from my shorts video I posted that it took me several tries, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Overall, I did enjoy this playthrough at trying to make the game harder on myself, and came out enjoying this experience. I might look to do this again for other games. I'm not going to talk about the story again, go watch my previous video if you want to know more about that. Let's bunny hop our way back into this. The tutorial is the same as it's always been, easy to jump over the barrier and make it look like I'm speed running through this, but I'm sure someone knows how to do it way better than me. Fight the guard for a few seconds, then grab the key and bunny hop to the end. Lord Bafford's mansion is a mission I've replayed so much as a kid. I know the layout so well. Go around the city, take the key from this drunk guard, drop down into the sewers, get inside. I immediately started knocking out everyone. Do be careful with this servant and don't hit the lamp right above him like I did in my old video. Since 90% of surfaces are quiet to walk on, it's easy to move around and take out guards. I check every room and grab enough loot. Oh god, I almost just blew the whole run. Eventually taking out the special guard and grabbing the scepter. Then getting back out, which I tried through the front gate, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted.
I heard that. Show you. Stop tapping with me. Show yourself. Who's that there?
Oh!
Identify yourself. Got a thief here.
No, don't close the door! God damn it. God damn it.
Eventually I just used the side gate to get out and win. Craig's Cleft Prison is where I started to feel that sense of needing to be careful. Thief games have not been known to have the best platforming, so jumping from gaps does give me pause and make sure I'm lined up correctly before jumping. Then getting to the hammers was tricky to sneak by since the gravel makes a lot of noise. Unfortunately, I did wake up this zombie, but as I tried to lead it away, I did bring it to some hammers which they kindly unleashed their holy wrath on. As for this one guard, I wasn't so lucky to knock him out, but at least their one weakness is ladders.
Thy trail of sin ends here. What's your last warning? That shall not save you long.
Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I started to learn that hitting guards from the front doesn't work very well, unless you are in complete darkness. Get the key and knock out the guard in each cell block. But don't do what I did and open up all of the cell doors, because the prisoners run away and the hammers will just execute them and set off the alarm. which means all guards are on alert and now you can't knock them out anymore. There is one cell with Basso and you have to escape with him, but you have to carry him out to complete one of the new objectives for playing on Expert. When I got to the cell block with Cuddy, that's when the alarm went off, and I had two hammers looking around. I even made a run for it when this happened.
I like how you just teleported down. Come on now.
Eventually looping back around and talk to Cuddy. He talks about the horn, so go up to the barracks and find the locker. The key is on this priest. Just dodge his range attacks, then wait for him to go back to his spot and knock him out. However, you can't just grab the key if he's already detected you, and it seems like they can detect you from behind if you get too close. However, this was a waste of time because the map isn't in the evidence locker on Expert. It's actually down here in this security checkpoint sewer area. Felix tried escaping with it, but doesn't look like he made it. Then I grab Basso and start making my way back out. This time I knocked out the guard from earlier, and then there was this hammer that got stuck. Finally got Basso and I back to the start to finish. Down in the Bone Horde was the mission I thought would be the most difficult to beat. A lot of it requires climbing and platforming, which means a lot of places for me to die. My first attempt went really well, until I got here and couldn't get the right angle and overshot the platform. That was about 53 minutes wasted. Then my second attempt only lasted about a minute before not catching the rope in time. On my third attempt, I was trying to speedrun through it since I knew most of the spots with treasure at that point. I was able to get to the horn, but some dog-breathing blizzards followed me into the room and were trying to burp their bad breath at me. If you find this room with Burning Man, you put him out with a couple water arrows, then light the 5 torches in the room, drop down here, then set up some rope arrows to get around and grab the Mystic Soul. As for the Mystic Heart, you'll climb this ladder and follow the path to these platforms, carefully maneuver down until you get to these statues. You don't want to stand in front of them wherever they are pointing or you will instantly die. You need to start here and run over here, step around this pillar, then back around the other one, and then around the last pillar to get around all of them. Then we fight a haunt, which I thought I activated my holy water to fight him, but turned out I didn't, so that's why the water arrows weren't working on him. I did my best to fight him and took a hit, but was able to take him out and get the Mystic Soul. Then went to get the horn, but got surrounded by zombies and they almost killed me. Used some healing potions to stay alive, but when I got to the room with the horn and started making the climb, I overshot this damn platform and died. So it's back to speed running through everything again. Platform down, maneuver around the statues, kill the haunt, get the Mystic Heart, kill Burning Man, get Mystic Soul, then tried to be extra careful with my jumping, but it really makes me clench my butthole shut. This time I got everything and just needed to get out. I could run all the way back to the start, but there is actually a way at the top floor to finish. Overall, still a fun experience, but it's very easy for you to die. Assassins was a bit frustrating because of the following type gameplay. I learned that each time you play this level, they may change their route back to Ramirez's place, which means yes, I died once and had to follow them again. Basically, I followed them back to their base, then sneaked around, and tried to knock out a couple of guards, but I didn't know there was a guard right here, so he saw me and sounded the alarm. Which is bad, because again, guards will be on alert and I can't knock them out. So I ran outside and climbed up a tower to the top floor and searched around every room up there, then made my way down to Ramirez, who had a guard with him because of the alarm. Turns out there's always a guard here, but after the alarm sounds, a second guard will come down to guard him. I tried to see if I could sneak up on him, but he saw me. So I'm speculating that the guard's AI has a small radius of seeing you, even in darkness, if they were on alert at one point. So he chased me, which I ran around in a circle, then tried to blind Ramirez, but missed, and tried to grab the bag on his side, but I couldn't until I knocked him out. So I led him away, and he hit me, which made me mad. So I threw another flash, and was surprised to learn that if they are blinded, you have a few seconds to get behind them and knock them out. I then made my way outside to get a new objective. I must get back to Garrett's neighborhood. The city is crawling with Ramirez's guards. I thought I had figured out the route on the map, but eventually I just got cornered by an archer who shot me with arrows like a fish in a barrel. So of course I had to do it all over again, but I wasn't worried because now I knew the best route to take once I got to Ramirez's place. The weird part is the guard was on alert, and Ramirez suddenly pushed the alarm button. I think it was because I put the torches out. I then looped around, took what I could, and because of the alarm, a second guard came down, and I was barely able to circle around them and get away. Now this time, for the city streets, I took the long way around and stayed to the left to get to the safe neighborhood. I had to use a flash bomb, and of course I blinded myself. That's gonna happen a lot, but eventually I got to the end to finish. Thieves Guild was still an alright mission. There is a lot to explore, but the layout is confusing and easy to get lost in. Once again, I tried to knock out a guy who had chased me earlier, but as I ran up to him, he saw me because of eyes on the back of his head. This will continue to happen on later missions. Getting inside the guild isn't too difficult, and sneaking around to steal the coins right off the table in front of them is pretty funny. But another funny part is when I knocked out this guard, his friend saw the body. However, I was able to hide and waited to knock him out, but as I ran up to him, he tried to attack me, but I knocked him out? Thief isn't making much sense anymore. Not sure if this was a bug of some kind or I just lucked out. There was even another time I knocked this guard out from the front. I don't know. The thief will do whatever it wants, and I just need to hope for the best, I guess. After knocking out just about everyone on the map, eventually I got the vase, but couldn't find the bracelet, which turned out to be in this room, and is in this secret compartment by the fire. Then I got back out. I made this mission sound short, but it took me almost 2 hours to get through. I still don't like it as much, but still it had its moments, like this cowardly archer that ran around looking for more guards but never tried to kill me.
Guards, over here! Can't you hit any harder?
The sword is still one of my favorite missions, and on Expert, it is a challenge to get the sword. I even failed the first time after trying to run past this guard. There are so many guards around the sword. I did my best to take them out, but on my second attempt had this awkward moment with this guard spotting me from behind. On Expert, the extra objective of finding some incriminating evidence is tricky to find the key, but it turns out it's in this room on the table. Then head down to the garden to unlock this door and pick up this scroll. The only highlight was this guard I named Steve because I tried twice to knock him out, but the first time I hit the tree, second time he turned around just in time. Then finally, later on, when I came back to unlock the garden door, I got my third attempt to knock him out. I also discovered a series of new areas. First, an area that makes you feel like a giant in a small village. Then this giant room to make you feel tiny. There's even guards patrolling around, making me wonder what's going through their head protecting a giant room. There is some loot down there to find, which will help you with the 1500 loot requirement. Overall, it's still a great and challenging mission to play. The Haunted Cathedral is one of those missions where finding enough loot is frustrating. The mission is still fun to explore and figure out your way to the cathedral, avoiding lizards, undead, spiders, and even Burning Man. The main objectives are easy. Get to the back of the cathedral and listen to the eye tell you what to do.
Oh, I can't hit him? Can I at least hit one of them? Got him.
Then go to the Keeper's symbol and use a fire arrow on the statue to open the secret door, and then use some rocks to open one door while you stand on the other to open the other door. Avoid the traps, then pick the lock, or actually just jump over it. Now comes the annoying part, which is sometimes a problem in most thief missions, finding enough loot. Most missions have loot in every room and usually gives you more than enough to find to satisfy the high loot requirement. But not in this mission. Everything is scattered around and in some of the most random spots. This requires you to check every corner, window, and even wooden support. I got to the point of exploring everything at least 4 or 5 times and eventually found a clue that told me where the entrance is to find the Serpentile Torque. It says by the drawbridge. I still couldn't find the entrance until I came in at the right angle and saw this door up here. This was my first time exploring this area, and inside the house were 2 haunts. But they were no match for my 2 flash bombs and a swing to the head to finish the last one off. That's all I needed to finish. I still think this is my least favorite mission in Thief. The Mage Towers was probably the most intense mission to play during this challenge. This mission requires a lot of patience and waiting for the right moment to knock people out. Having to restart would definitely set me back a lot. However, I was able to do it in my first try, even though again I had another guard see me in complete darkness. Start by going to the water tower to get the earth key, then go to the earth tower to get the air key, then carefully climb onto the platforms, which was definitely the scariest thing to do. Thief's engine was not made for platforming with moving objects. Get the fire key, and then this took a while to ascend to the top. I waited for the right moment to just sprint my way up to the top and felt like I had to use a gas arrow on this mage. Then I tried to draw one of the mages towards me and knocked him out when he walked back to patrol, but first attempt didn't work despite hitting him, but I waited again and this time got him in time. Then I just ran for it for the very top and got the treasure key. Then I tried looking for a clue to find out which is the real Earth talisman. But the only book in the library that sounds like a clue to me says, turn away from the hand with the sword, count 7, and find your reward. But that didn't make things clear at the time. I tried using my sword on the talisman. I tried listening to see if maybe they were making certain sounds, but I couldn't tell. So luckily I had enough health potions to just try each one, then heal up and keep going until I found the real one. So I'm sorry guys, but I still don't understand this puzzle. The Lost City was still a fun experience. Like this mage scared me.
Oh, jeez. What?
Sneaking further in, these traps did as well. The important thing to grab here is the lever. In my previous video, you could skip having to do this by jumping the gap if you bunny hop fast enough, then speed potion back over, but I didn't want to try that during this challenge because I don't want to mess up and have to run through the whole mission again. Make sure you check every room because finding enough loot can be tricky, but the scariest part is climbing outside the tower window. And the rope was bugging out on me, which had me on edge, no pun intended. But I got upstairs and got the talisman. Then on my way back, grabbed the 2 keeper necklaces to complete that objective. Then ran all the way back and finished it. So overall, it was a pretty simple and straightforward mission. Song of the Caverns is pretty challenging because of the number of guards patrolling around. Once you start knocking out everyone though, it becomes pretty easy. To start though, this crab monster decided to kill itself by running upstairs and activating the traps. Then check the box, which is empty, and follow the opera voice to find Raoul, who will give you a map and a key. Climb the rope and get to work knocking out guards in the opera house. Let's see, there was this close call, knocking out the guard, and I thought these 2 guards would come chase me, but I guess I was just far enough away for them not to actually spot me. Then later, this close call happened.
Is this a thief I see before me?
There's a thief.
Guards!
Oh, I missed.
Guards! There's an intruder here!
Oh god, can I get to her in time?
Is that you?
Video game logic.
Can't hear it anymore. Probably nothing.
The music was very fitting for the situation. Completing the main objectives was easy, but finding the room with the safe that had the flute was evading me. I searched everywhere and just could not find it. But eventually I did find it here. If you climb this ladder back of the stage, then jump over here, it's this door, and here is the safe. Then I just find my way back out to finish. Undercover is still one of my favorite missions for mixing things up. Now I can actually walk around the temple without hammers attacking me on sight. It feels great deciding on who to knock out first, then slowly knock out every hammer.
Oh. That was close.
After having some close calls, I was able to clear out most of the hammers before getting spotted, because of the hammer turning around at the worst possible time. So ran around, waited for him, but he went and got a priest from downstairs, and for some reason the priest didn't seem to care for what was going on. I eventually knocked this guy out with a flash, and then knocked out the priest. I continued looting the place and finding the switches, but as I went for the talisman, the game crashed. Well, I reloaded again and speed ran through it to beat the mission in about 20 minutes. The only challenge was the 5 remaining hammers at the entrance, which I had to loop around several times just to get them away from the only door to get out. But it's fine, I was able to get past them to finish. Return to the cathedral wasn't as scary as I remember, but like I said, I used to think the haunts were immortal, so I thought the only thing you could do was just run from them. But after learning they can die from flash bombs, holy water, and even your sword, they aren't as scary anymore. Although their ghostly sounds and chains are still scary as hell. Well, my first attempt didn't go well. One of them just bumped into me. So this run ended quick.
Okay, I had a feeling eventually he was gonna bump into me.
Next attempt, I tried to group everyone together and clear them out, then one zombie and ghost remained. I tried taking out the ghost, but underestimated the zombie's speed, and he killed me right away. So third time's the charm. Grabbed the eye, used my flash bombs to kill most of the undead, used my sword to kill the last haunt. I met with the nice ghost to start his dialogue, but went after the evil ghost to kill it off. Then went and cleared out the courtyard of this haunt, then tried to kill the ghost, but another haunt showed up. I tried to run, but he was right on my ass, and this is how it ended.
Sidestepped. Yeah.
Then later on tried to ambush another haunt, but again they seemed to find me in complete darkness. I really think this is a bug for some guards. As I tried to fight him, another haunt showed up to the party, so I ran away and got upstairs to eventually blow each one up with a mine. Then went to search for the ghost's beads, made a holy symbol, picked up a prayer book, and a candle that hides up here for some reason. Then meet Ghosty in the cemetery and follow his instructions, but I forgot I need to bless the holy symbol, so I go and do that and then come back. Now I need to go get a Hammerite body from the basement of the cathedral, go find him and bring him to his grave, then go find the other body in the attic of the cathedral, bring his body to this grave, get the key, get the explosive, blow up the gate, and it's done. Thank God for no more loot requirements. Escape was a mission I had strong feelings for being tough. This really tested my patience, and felt like it took eternity to finish since I spent a lot of time waiting for the right opportunity. I knew I needed to find some food since I start with low health and could be one-shotted. So after knocking out the first monkey, I got spotted, but got lucky to catch this ledge and hid for a while. But when I tried to jump down, they heard me and followed me. I just ran around the map with no idea where in the world I was going, until I eventually looped back around and got to my safe spot. Waited again, and took a chance to kill the spider. I ran back to the start to hide and waited for the monkey to finish searching for me. I tried doing my sneaking again, but of course the monkey turned around at the last second, so I ran away and, well, let me just show you what it was like.
Try and jump on. You gotta be kidding me. The fire elemental.
Also, you need to find this room with the big tree. It has 2 insect beasts and 2 explosive frogs in it. Take them out, and then climb the tree to read this pagan book to complete the objective of finding out Constantine's plan. Eventually, I slowly made my way up to the mansion, and because I got this far, I became extra careful. And even then, I had some close calls.
Probably nothing. See?
What?
Getting to the exit was even more of a challenge because I could hear it was guarded. Trying to draw them out while patrols kept making their rounds was a challenge. But long story short, I got this insect beast to come out and gassed him and a monkey, then climbed the ladder to gas the last monkey in order to finish. Strange Bedfellows was simple and straightforward. Get into the temple, find this ladder, sneak past the pagans, find the hammers who tell you not only to rescue their high priest, but also a chisel for some reason. I could not for the life of me find that damn chisel. I went and knocked out every pagan on this mission just so I could explore without any issues.
Sucks.
If you attack an insect beast, this will add a new objective of having to kill all insect beasts in the mission. Hitting them with a blackjack does not kill them. You need to finish the job with your sword. Then find the chisel hiding right here. I mean, come on, there was no clues or obvious signs it was here. You just have to come across it. Then take the high priest back to the hammers to finish. Overall, another simple and straightforward mission. Into the Maw of Chaos was the only mission I already tried on Expert in my previous video. However, I tried to speedrun through it and died to stupid stuff like not aiming correctly, getting killed by pagans, tried peeking my head out of the waterfall. Fourth time was the real charm. Finally made it to the portal where I hoped my aim would strike true. It's not much of an extra objective that you have to do on Expert, but I was worried of screwing it up and having to start over again. Luckily, my aim was on point. Then advanced to Constantine and used my only moss arrow to sneak up to the eye and replace it with the fake eye. Then just waited for him to finish the ritual. And yes, he's still bugged and off by one color.
Stone grind and quake, shatter tile, column shake, rig a pile, chip and flake, darky soil, windows break, earthy toil, wall unmake, call earth, call the brown, brings it back, world thrown down.
In conclusion, Thief Gold is still a great game. Challenging myself this time around was overall a fun experience. Playing a game without being able to save certainly had me on edge. It's basically the same feeling you get from playing an arcade machine back in the day. Most missions were fun to play with this challenge, but anything to do with platforming like Bone Horde or Maw of Chaos, it becomes annoying having to replay the entire mission because you messed up on a single jump. I still had fun with it, and that feeling of completing the mission after spending a great deal of care to sneak around and knock out every guard. Even if I got caught, I would spend the time to run away and wait for the guards to return to normal, then wait patiently for my chance to knock them out. I understand that's the point of a hardcore challenge, to make things harder. Or in this case, mistakes may cost you a lot of wasted time, and now you have to start all over again and make up that time. Now I know how World of Warcraft hardcore players feel. Maybe I should do a hardcore playthrough for the entire game. I'm sure that'll be great for my mental health. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me stream a challenge like that, or any sort of challenge for games I've already played. Dear God, don't ask me to play XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, on the hardest difficulty, with Iron Man mode enabled. Is that even possible without exploiting the game? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, comment below, check me out on the Time Pals podcast, and I'll see you in the next video.